Good morning, YouTube friends and family. Hope everyone's doing well. I wanted to follow up a little bit and maybe drop a little information. I put up a video yesterday about how you can kind of ballpark figure an insurance quote, and a couple of the comments there got my attention. Someone stated that they were told by Progressive they were no longer quoting new authorities. My agent is licensed, or whatever they call it, for Progressive. In fact, I think I'm with Progressive now, even though I've been with several different companies. My agent is the one that books them. When we switched from oil field to over the road, sorry, I'm in the wife's car and her screen keeps changing, and I'm like that puppy dog that can't help but look. So, I called my agent because after reading the comment on my YouTube channel, I saw a similar comment on Tow Piglet's channel that new authorities were not able to get insured. And then I read a comment on someone else's Facebook group, same thing. So I called her up right now and asked her, hey, you know, what's the deal here? And she goes, well, I just wrote new authorities in Texas, you know, through Progressive 2 days ago. And so I said, look, you know, I told you I got a Facebook or a YouTube channel, and you know, you do good for us. You know a lot about the industry. How about coming on and helping out, you know, and answering some basic questions, and help out some of the guys that are just trying to get started and figure this thing out. And she's like, okay. She goes, you know, the problem is, you know, I'm already a busy agent, and if I'm gonna get, you know, 300 calls from people that don't even know if they're gonna get into the business, you know, that's gonna kind of hamper my ability to help clients. So she had kind of the idea of creating a couple quotes. And so the quotes, my insurance just renewed. So she's got figures for my authority. My authority went active in 2013. So my authority is what you would call a little bit more mature. And so what she's going to work on is putting together a handful of quotes for newer equipment versus older equipment, and then combine that on a newer authority versus an older authority. And then I asked her to put together a list of which states her company can bind policies in. What I would like from the viewers, we're going to do like a video call thing. I'm going to call her up and and ask her the questions that you guys hopefully put down in the comments. I haven't figured out how to do the whole live stream thing yet, guys. I tried once and my phone tells me I don't have the right type of account. Not really sure what that means. But so if you guys post down in the comments below what city and state you're in, and what type of equipment you run, or you plan on running. You know, are you going to do power only? Are you going to do a truck and trailer? Are you going to do a box truck? And what city you're running out of? I'll shoot her an email and say, look, I've got, you know, 6 guys out of Atlanta, Georgia that want to run box trucks. You know, I've got 2 guys that are wanting to do power only out of Texas. And that way, when she puts together these quotes, hopefully they kind of go along with where you guys are at. And then I'll try and get from her a list of the states that, you know, they're authorized to run them in. And then any questions you guys may have, I'll pose them to her. And, you know, hopefully we can make this another informative video. And at that point, if what she says is of interest to you, maybe we do that thing where you put your contact information in the comments, and, you know, she'll reach out to you. I don't know, maybe we can do like email. Say, all right, guys, put your email here, and she'll email you over a form that you fill out with all of your data, you know, whether it's your license number, the vehicle that you're trying to insure, like an application basically. And then she can work on getting you quoted on some of those states. She's very knowledgeable. They actually have an in-house DOT specialist. If you sign on with them and get a new authority, this specialist will help you prepare for your new entrant audit. And that's handy. I mean, you don't have, excuse me, you don't have to worry about it yourself. And, you know, when I did mine, I paid someone to come and do it, and it's not cheap. Granted, you know, we kind of blew up. We opened up our authority, and we had work lined up. So by the time they got to us, you know, we were running 20 trucks, and like half of them were owner operators. So my files were a mess. And you know, this guy came in, straightened everything out, got me 100% in compliance, and you know, we passed our new entrant. And they're offering this now, and I don't believe they're going to charge for it. You know, I'll let her say that for sure. But they offer stuff for free. In other words, they include it in your policy. They include it in your premium. But comment down below, guys, what questions you would have for an insurance agent. She's very modest. She's actually a VP. And she just says, "Oh man, I'm just your agent." She's got pull in their company. Anyway, I know there's a few states that she operates in for sure. I believe California, Arizona, New Mexico, and Texas. I believe they're set up in those. I'm not sure what other states. Her office is in Ohio. I mean, that's where she lives, and so she keeps an office there. So I believe they're licensed there. But when we do the video call, she'll have a list, and I'll post it in the description, and that way you guys can, you know, look at it and say, hey, look, you know, she's in my state. They can quote me. I'm interested, and you can list your stuff down below. But for now, just kind of put what state you're in and what type of equipment you're planning on running, and I'll forward all that information to her. And so we'll try and get quotes based on, you know, the most popular state. So I mean, if 50 people say Texas and all the other states get 1 or 2, then we'll do the fictitious quote, like if we're based out of Texas kind of thing. Anyways, it really did surprise me when some guys were posting that they couldn't even get a quote. So I called her to ask her and see if this was true. She and I kind of got this relationship. She knows I know a lot about, you know, authorities and DOT stuff and everything else. So she'll sometimes call me for advice, and, you know, likewise I call her back. I mean, she's more a friend than just my agent. I mean, I've known her for several years. I knew her for years before I switched to her. Those of you guys that know me know I don't jump ship easy. You know, she and I were friends, and, you know, she had asked me for my business, or at least to quote it, probably 3 or 4 years before I actually made the switch to her. It's just kind of the way I am. If it's not broke, I don't try to, you know, rattle things. You know, if I'm doing business with someone and we're both content, I'm not going to end it because someone else came along and offered a cheaper deal. It's just not the way I work. And likewise, I think now, you know, my agent knows, you know, I'm not going to ditch her unless she does something, you know, that really hurts, right? Anyway, so I reached out to her, and, you know, we had a conversation this morning. She's all for it. She's going to do a little research on her end and make sure she's got a current list of all the markets. Markets are what they call underwriters for some reason. So she's got a couple markets that she knows writes new authorities. One of them she's not gotten a quote from before. She says it's a really long application, and she's like, you know, I don't know if they're cheaper, more expensive, but if one of your viewers is willing to fill out the application, you know, we'll get a quote, and if it's a money saver, great. Anyways, that'll be coming up here in the next couple days. In the meantime, post below, even if you're already insured and you already have a policy, it can't hurt, guys. Put what city you're in, and what type of equipment you want to run, and we'll run some numbers based on, you know, a more mature authority like mine and a new, you know, a new startup authority, a new entrant as they call it. And you know, we'll see if we can't get her to put out some numbers and give everyone an idea of where you're at budget wise. And if what she has to say is of interest, you know, on that video you could put your contact information, and, you know, she can shoot you over an application and put together some figures for you guys. Anyways, as always, thanks for watching. I didn't do any Amazon load board today, primarily because my insurance policy expired today, and apparently they haven't reviewed my new certificate yet. So I got the big old red X at the top saying, you know, I don't have access to the load board, which is no big deal. I haven't hauled for them in a while anyways. And, you know, it's just the way their process works. So that should clear up in another day or two. I think I had someone ask me for a Uber Freight in the, I want to say Sacramento area. I'll dig back through the comments, but I might be able to get that out here in a little bit. Anyways, as always, thanks for watching, everyone.